Welcome back, Truth Seeker. I've been talking a lot about 85 lately because Pope Francis turned 85 on Saturnalia. And if you just watched the Super Bowl, the Rams just won it in their 85th season, scoring the winning touchdown with 85 seconds left in the game. And that was right after they gave Tom Brady his 85th and final career loss. And of course, in Gematria, National Football League is 85, but so is the Jesuit motto, Isus Hominum Salvator. And shortly before the playoffs began, John Madden, highly associated with the NFL, everybody knows him through the video game these days, but he died at 85, and that was right after the Pope's 85th birthday. And you might recall on the Pope's 85th birthday, there was the death of the Colts lineman, and the Colts beat the Patriots right after that. But 85's been this super hot number. And for those of you guys who aren't on the Patreon, some of you got lucky because I screwed up the other night. I was supposed to be broadcasting to my Patreon people, but instead I was broadcasting to even everybody out here who don't subscribe to the work. But I was talking about March Madness upcoming and where 85 looks like it's going to factor in a big way. Remember, 1985 was the first ever March Madness, and the Catholic school Villanova beat the Jesuit school Georgetown. And, of course, the Jesuits served the Catholic Church. Anyhow, I've covered so many Jesuit rituals. I think this is the biggest one I've ever seen, what they did with the Daytona 500 yesterday. Austin Cindric wins on Joe Penske's 85th birthday. And in Gematria, Daytona 500 does equal 85. I'm not a big NASCAR guy. But here's the thing. Joe Penske, his full name is Roger Searle Penske. It's interesting that he goes by Joe. Roger Searle Penske, his full name has Gematria of 85. And when you run it in reverse, it's also 266. The Jesuit motto, Isus Hominum Salvator, equals 85 and 266. Remember, Pope Francis is the first Jesuit pope. He's 85 years old right now. He's also the 266th pope in the history of the church. If you're new here, there are 4 base ciphers. And the driver who won yesterday, Austin Cindric, his full name is Austin Louis Cindric. And notice, if you're new here, it's very simple gematria. It's the alphabetic order with numerology, the reverse alphabetic order with the rules numerology. And notice how his name in the most simple cipher, Austin Louis Cindric, is 220. What day was the race? It was February 20th, 2/20. So he wins it on 220. His name with the alphabetic order and numerology is 85, just like Roger Searle Penske. He wins on his 85th birthday, while Pope Francis is 85. And remember, year after year, even though I don't follow NASCAR, year after year I'm showing you how the same numbers that show up in the Super Bowl are the same numbers that show up in the Daytona 500. Last year, Tom Brady got his 34th playoff win, and it was Super Bowl LV. In English, L's the 12th letter, V's the 22nd. I know it represents 55 in Roman numerals, but in English, L plus V is 34. Brady got his 34th win in Super Bowl 55. And then the number 34 car won the Daytona 500, the Love's car, on Valentine's Day. And of course, Valentine's Day is very Catholic. And again, it's the Jesuits in the Catholic Church that have built this nation, all of its sports leagues, including NASCAR, including the NFL. But moving on, Austin Louis Cindric. As you can see when you run it in reverse, his name is also 266. And again, this is all about Pope Francis, the 266th Pope. Remember when he spoke in Washington, D.C., he spoke there on the 266th day of the year. That was back in 2015. And also when you run his name in reverse, it's 122, like Isus Hominum Salvator. The National Football League's the same way. National Football League's 122. And to get even cuter, National Football League's also got that 220 like his name. But Pope Francis, when you write out Pope Francis, it equals 122. And just for a little bit more information, Pope Francis is named after St. Francis of Assisi. So is San Francisco, which equals 122, the city on the 122nd meridian west. Okay, so Pope Francis, Austin Louis Cindric, Roger Searle Penske. I think it's all pretty clear right here. By the way, the only overlap in the base ciphers the only place you don't have the overlap is where Isus Hominum Salvator is 274. Remember, the Jesuit logo is the sun with the letters IHS in it, which stands for Jesus Hominum Salvator. And with regards to it being 274, another ritual that they do, or another number that they do a lot of rituals with, but the reason for that is because the Catholic Church began celebrating the sun's birthday on December 25th in the year 274 AD. That's Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. And also in your science book, if you look it up, it says the surface gravity of the sun's 274 meters per second squared. You start looking at all the stats about the sun and the different Jesuit mottos and the encoding, you start to realize that all of the stats in our science book about the sun are all straight from the Jesuit encoding system. Anyway, moving on. Again, Pope Francis, the 266th Pope. He turned 85 on Saturnalia, December 17th. This year's Daytona 500 had 201 laps in it. And remember, this is a huge number with the Jesuits. Jorge Mario Bergoglio is 201. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, is 201. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, for the record, is Pope Francis. That's his birth name. And he's the first Jesuit Pope, and he's the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican, and he's named in tribute to the 201st French Pope. Or excuse me, take it back. He's named in tribute to the 201st Pope, who was the last French Pope, Pope Francis. And again, the Jesuits are from Paris, France. And you know, the Illuminati was founded by Adam Weishaupt, a Jesuit, and he named it Order of Illuminati, which equals 201. And again, the Jesuit logo is the sun, the model for everything revolving around the sun, making laps around the sun, almost like a NASCAR race, is the heliocentric model. Heliocentrism is 201. And it's just a big, long list. The Jesuits in 201 is a huge list. The coronavirus simulation was called Event 201, put on by the Jesuit Klaus Schwab. And then the vaccine went live in North America on the day of the great solar eclipse in Pope Francis's native Argentina, when corona is a term relating to the light that shows around the sun in the time of a total eclipse. And I forget the guy's name right now, but the guy who coined the term corona in regards to an eclipse, his name equals 201. A lot of these Jesuits have 201 encoded in their names. You know, go on all day about it. But the race was 201 laps. Notice that was 502.5 miles, 5025. Pope equals 52 and 25. So you got that in the distance of the race as well. And with regards to Penske alone, you know, what you normally see is the brand Penske. It's got that Gematria 70 like Vatican, like Francis. And Austin Cindric, without the middle name, is 144 like Jesuit Order. And from his birthday, September 2nd, to February 20th, the day of the race, was his 172nd day of his age. We were just talking about this with Jordan in a big way. Ad Merum Dei Gloriam, that's the next most popular Jesuit motto. Their two biggest mottos are Jesus Hominum Salvator and Ad Merum Dei Gloriam on his 172nd day of his age. He's from Columbus, highly associated with the Catholic Church and the Vatican. Back in 2018, the story emerged on June 14th that the Vatican re-secured a stolen letter from Columbus. And again, June 14th, that's the flag's birthday. That's Trump's birthday. When you count June 14th through December 31st, that's 201 days. And by the way, just knowing that, or being aware of the base ciphers, and this guy's driving for Penske. You see how he has the September 2nd birthday? Look at Penske when I write it out in the base ciphers. He has the perfect birthday to drive for Penske. Penske's also 92 and 29. September 2nd can be written 92 or 29. And again, if you were following me in 2013, we never knew to look at things in reverse. We just looked at these first two ciphers over here and we saw a lot. But the reverse is the other half of the code. And, you know, Penske's got the 25 in it, just like Pope. Whoops. Pope's got the 25. The Vatican's got the 25. You know, and again, I mean, you think about it. Pope, 52 in the most simple cipher. The calendar's named after the Pope. The Gregorian calendar named after Pope Gregory, 52 weeks in the year. The Catholic Church, their purpose is to rule over Earth, and they are. Earth is 52 and 25 like Pope. But yeah, I mean, this is just the ultimate Jesuit ritual. And again, I mean, it's just elementary what they're doing. It's basic addition. It's the same patterns. It's the same repetition. And Yeah, I don't follow NASCAR, but this right here is exactly why I'm going to build this Gematria Sports Almanac, because this is the thing. I mean, there's greats in the sport, right? And like I was saying, if you know the birthdays of the greats in the sport, you can see the rituals. I was just talking about this the other day. Again and again, when these rituals take place, it's paying tribute to the people who made the sport what it is. This falls on Penske's birthday. His team wins. And, had I followed NASCAR, this probably would have been the easiest call in the world. His 85th birthday, already knowing what I know about 85 in this year, what I was just talking about the other day. He's got the 85 driver. I mean, it's just clockwork. But see, that's why I'm going to put together this Gematria Sports Almanac. Then you'll just have a flip. There'll be like a calendar for each sports section. You'll be like, we're on this day. Oh, that's his birthday? Hold on, let me see what his team's up to today. Because this is how it is year after year. And, yeah, anyway, we'll keep it short and sweet. If you guys missed the March Madness video, it is on Patreon. I did, it was public, but it was an accident. It was supposed to be a Patreon exclusive, so I just did it the other night and was talking all about 85 and sports. And anyhow, here we go again. So watch those 85s this year. Hold on, somebody else got one more. I guess I forgot to just type in Roger Penske alone. Let's check it out. Yeah, Roger Penske alone's got the 56 in it, just like Pope. Pope's got the 56, just like Society of Jesus. And like I was showing, the only reason people know about this book, The Art of War, there's no proof that a Sun Tzu ever existed. The Jesuit logo is the sun, but people know about this book because it was translated by a Jesuit priest. And what's he do on page 1 of the book? On page 1 of the book, I'm not sure that... Here, you know what? Let me make my camera bigger. Then it should show up. Hold up. Let me make this bigger. Again, just look at page 1 of Art of War translated by a Jesuit. Can you see how it's numbered 1 through 7, but how they stuck numbers 5 and 6 on the same line? And again, it's all biblical. In the generations to Jesus, before the deportation to Babylon... Again, there's 56 male names in that genealogy. And again, Society of Jesus is 56. And again, Jesus alone in the most pure cipher is 11. And that's how it is. Matthew 1 through Matthew 1:1 through Matthew 1:11. The 56 male names. So, yeah, Roger Penske also fits in with the whole Pope thing. Almost missed that. Good one. Roger Penske, 56, Pope, 56, Society of Jesus, 56, right after Super Bowl 56, and again, the thing about Super Bowl 56 was that it was played on Pope Francis's 59th day of being his age. And remember, we said why the 59th presidential election would be won by Biden, becoming number 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday when Catholics 46. You can see why Benedict stepped down on the 59th day of the year for Francis. And, just like this Gematria here, they do a lot of 59 rituals with Pope Francis. Pope Francis is the 58th Pope in the history of the Catholic Church to not be Italian. He's Argentinian. So, I mean, that's why you got to know these ciphers. There's so many rituals with all these numbers, but they're not arbitrary. They pay tribute to the ritual. And, yeah, good catch there in the chat on Roger Penske 56. Almost missed a... Oh, somebody else got another one. Someone's like, Cindric's 56. I thought I didn't need to decode anymore. I'd seen enough. But, yeah, Cindric's 56 as well. And let's not forget NASCAR's got the 56 in it. Remember the Black... You see how NASCAR's 56 and 43? You might recall the Black Lives Matter car that they made, the number 43 car, Black Lives Matter 56, and that was after the George Floyd killing, which was a huge Jesuit ritual. Again, you want to see how it is. I mean, we're talking about the 201 in NASCAR. George Perry Floyd, his full name, 201. They did 1,000,000 201 rituals with him. The latest is that his state trial is going to begin on June 13th, the day leaving 201 days left in the year. But remember, the Jesuits are from France. A similar thing happened with police killing a black man in France on the 201st day of 2016, which was exactly 201 weeks before George Floyd's killing. And again, you know what set off the whole Black Lives Matter thing originally? Michael Brown, the Michael Brown killing, another 201 ritual. And it's funny that I thought this year's Super Bowl was going to be all about Black Lives Matter, and in a way it was. You had the you had the black rappers at halftime. You had the black head referee, and Black Lives Matter jumped off in St. Louis, and then the Rams end up winning the Super Bowl, who were in St. Louis when the Michael Brown thing happened. But anyway, it's all Jesuits, you guys. It's all scripted. There's nothing legitimate about professional sports. Nothing at all. It's all scripted ritual. You can prove it every single time. And, yeah, I mean, just another undeniable example. So, good job, chat. You guys added on a few more things that were important. But, yeah, this might be the biggest, Jesuit ritual I've seen yet in big sports events. And there's been a lot, so... Yeah, we will leave it there for today, Truth Seeker. Lots to do. And until next time.